Hi, my name is Jeff Floro, and I'm an enthusiast photographer and videographer based in Hong Kong. I wanted to introduce the Rollei 35 AF by Mint Camera. Mint Camera is based in Hong Kong, and I also wanted to just kind of give you a perspective of your everyday carry, sort of the dad cam, if you will. First off, I wanted to thank you, Gary and Augustus from Mint Camera, for letting me borrow this prototype before it gets officially launched this fall. I can only give my feedback from playing with it for less than 24 hours. So my opinion is preliminary since I'm using a prototype, and all my opinions are my own. So I'm not being sponsored for this. The Rollei 35 AF is a manual winding 35mm full frame autofocus only camera with Lidar. The lens focal length is about 35 millimeters and has a maximum aperture of 2.8 and the minimum of 500th of a second shutter speed. I believe the maximum exposure in T mode is, 2 minutes. It takes one CR2 battery in here, has a light meter, I believe somewhere in there. It also has a flash, and you can set the ISO manually. There's also a tripod socket in the bottom, and the way that you take the film out is like the old school Rollei, which I don't have. There's also an OLED indicator here, which helps you know how many shots you have taken, and some other display information, if a shot's okay or something like that. The optical viewfinder, I would say, is bright. And it actually feels about the same size as my Contax T2 in terms of size. As you can see, the Rollei 35 AF is actually much smaller than the Contax T2. It is a little bit more, taller in that sense, and a little bit thicker. I believe it's thicker because of sort of the electronics, the battery, the Lidar in there as well. I also have not just the Rollei 35 here. So in size comparison, compare it to the Leica M6 TTL, it's way lighter. This thing is very pocketable, I would say, and it's more EDC than everything else. I would actually even say that it's more EDC than the Contax T2 in the sense of fitting in a pocket. Also, the value of this has gotten so high, it makes you really think about whether or not you want to take it out on a rainy day, or you're going to the beach. Whereas this is brand new. Obviously, it will be serviced, and it's pretty exciting. And it seems to be more pocketable. The lens clamp fits on like this. The self timer is right here. The Rollei 35 AF is compact and light with the body being metal. I have my Contax T2 and Leica M6 to compare sizes, and I really think it finds itself as an EDC point and shoot camera where you can literally take it anywhere without any worries. It's supposedly slightly thicker than the original Rolleis, likely due to the inclusion of a Lidar AF. And this has been the most exciting compact film camera release for 2024 for me, and I'm looking forward to getting the production version. Automatic. Look through here and take a photo of my setup. And that sort of gives you an idea of the autofocus. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. Thanks, Mint Camera, and I'll see you soon. And then here is the winder for the film when you need to wind it. I haven't tried this yet. This is the lock to remove the plate, and then that's the tripod socket. So yeah, altogether, I'm actually pretty thrilled to see this in production here. And then make sure that it slots in here. Close that. Okay, so with the bottom plate here, so I have JCH 3400. Make sure everything's lined up appropriately. That looks good. Closed it. Wind. Oh, turn it on. Okay, the lens cap off. Rollei lens, f/35 2.8. So here there's a little exposure for you to indicate what kind of film it is. It's just the indicator. And then this is here where you would put the aperture, change the aperture. What I'll do is I can show side by side with the Contax T2 here, just so that you can kind of see the size difference. Side by side. Rollei's a thick boy. Top plate.